What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm back here in the new shop and I finally got some time to start working on the C8 Corvette again, since we pretty much got this shop all wrapped up here. Just have a little bit left to do, but for the most part it is just about done finally, since it's been a huge job. And we also got water back in the shop here, so there's just a mystery line that came inside the shop and didn't have any water before, but ended up tracing it back a little bit. Found the valve. It was actually just down about I don't know, it's 3 or 4 feet by the garage there. Had to turn the valve on, and then yeah, we got water in here, so which is awesome. And then also today I went and looked at a downdraft paint booth this morning, and it's at auction here in about a month or so, which would be pretty sweet to put it kind of in the back corner here, and then I could just paint stuff right up. I mean, it would be nice to put it in another building, but I could always move it later, you know, because it is pretty big. So, but it wouldn't look too bad in this back corner here, I think. But anyways, I should get back working on this car, so I'm gonna put it on the hoist here. I need to pull this front, all the suspension and stuff off the front here, and also this bottom pan. I think it's kind of glued in here, but just gonna need to blow the dust off this thing since it's been sitting for like quite a few months, and we've just been moving around the shop as we've been working in the shop here. So, but it'd be nice to start getting this thing worked on, and I think I'm gonna bring it to the frame shop probably once I get it all apart here, and I'm gonna have them put it on the frame rack, make sure everything's nice and squared, and then probably install these few little pieces for me, and then we'll be back in business. So we'll just get this thing pulled ahead here. Probably need to put on the hoist for now to get these last couple pieces pulled off. All right, so while I got up here, I was kind of looking at it a little bit farther, and I noticed it's actually got a little bit of a wrinkle right here, like just, and that's not even past this inner part. So I think this is kind of messed up, which is pretty crappy. So what I was actually thinking is, so since it actually attaches right here, and there's actually no braces below this, if you just take this pan out, and then it attaches right here, I'm kind of thinking I should try to pull this whole entire front clip right off, and then just slide this entire front clip right back on there, because if I can get this apart on this one and get it all cleaned up real nice on the inside, like pull these off and then pull these tubes out, and then pull the tube out of this one, and if it all comes apart pretty nice, I think the move would be to, just like what Goon Squad did on that their Corvette that they repaired, they actually pulled the back, pulled it off the back of another car and stuck it on there. But I think if I can just pull it off the front of here, stick it on here, and put a new tube on this side and keep the tube, hopefully if I can get it apart on that side. But at least if I'm gonna pull this off here, I can kind of cut it apart quite a bit, you know, with the hacksaw or the sawzall, and you know, just to make sure I save this. You don't want to damage this, because this is all good, and you could get it apart a little bit better. But I think that might be the way to do it, because I don't know how the heck you're gonna get this all back together normal. But if you can slide it back together underneath here, I'll have to pull that off too on this one, which, I mean, it's kind of cracked anyway, so I think I'm just gonna replace it either way. But I think that's the way to do it. Just pull the whole entire front clip off it and slide this mint front clip off it. It's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, I think, but I think that's what I should do, because I just have no idea how am I gonna get this all back apart, you know, and then piece this all back together. I have no idea how that's gonna work. So I think that's the move. And then it really can only it can only line up in the one spot, because it's just, it kind of just screw on there and then it glues together. So, and then obviously glues in here, but I'm not sure how this tube is going to come out of here exactly, but it might be a little bit challenging to get this apart. But at least on this one I could just hack that apart on the other side there, like cut it all off, and then just piece by piece peel it back to this tube to make sure I can save it. And then same with this one, just do it the opposite, just pull the inside of the tube out and clean it all out, and then just slide them back together. Because I mean, that way I don't have to worry about having to replace any of this inner stuff here, because I'm pretty sure this is no good. And then I don't know what's going on here, but see, you would pretty much change this tube, goes to about here, I think. So this just took a little bit of damage here, so I don't know. That's gonna be probably the way I'm gonna have to do it. So I think I'm gonna pull this one apart, strip it all down, strip everything out of it. I'm gonna cut these sides off there and try to pull the tubes out, even just chunk by, or piece by piece, and then see if this is going to be possible. Alrighty, so after about a day and a half of cutting and grinding on this thing, I got it kind of close to where I need to be. So what I'm at the crossroads of here now is I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I'm definitely not going to change the whole entire front clip now. So the next thing I'm kind of stuck on is this, I don't know what you call this thing, like a dash panel or whatever. So I need to get this off here to be able to install the new piece on here. So this bar is the only thing that's going to be left here. I'm not sure exactly what you call that, rail, bar, but this piece needs to come off. And then obviously it'll detach right here. So I'll show you. This is what this piece actually looks like. I think something like this. I'm not gonna actually need to use this if we use the piece off the other car here. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna use this whole entire piece and keep it all together, and then it'll just slide up onto here. So we get rid of this bar, or this fiberglass piece, and then it'll attach right on this seam here again, and then you'll be able to get that rail in there too, all in one go. So you don't have to cut any of this apart, and it can go all back together like that, which would be pretty awesome. I'm still gonna pull this outside cover off here so you can get this rail in, and to get that all together, because there's actually some screws on the inside there that you need to put on, or like while you glue it there. So that's all right. And then this, I'll probably still use this windshield piece off this car too. But yeah, I was thinking I could pull it apart really easy and change the whole entire front clip as one, but like this is pretty intense in here, and then you have to pull all of this stuff apart. And there's actually no damage. There was no damage past this little piece right here, so this is all good. Just needs to be cleaned all up real nice, and then just reinstall the new floor pan. But to get this back rail out, I got to pull this cover off here. I think there's 3 pieces here, and then this back little cover, and then this actually just comes right out of here and just needs to be cleaned up. There's nothing actually really damaged back there. So, but everything else looks pretty good. I mean, it looks like pretty scary, and there's really like not much left to it. But once they get it all cleaned up here, and I'm gonna bring it to the frame shop, or the body shop I guess you call it, and they're gonna put it on their frame machine, get it all in place, and then they're gonna glue it all together for me, and then I can just reinstall it. So I think that's gonna be the way to go. That way everything's in the right spot, you know, up to spec. They can make sure that they have all the right little tools to install everything right. So, and then I pulled this window frame out here. It actually comes out pretty easy, so just kind of glues in here. But yeah, the real big challenge I'm gonna have next is getting this it's actually just a fiberglass panel here, right? And it does have a metal brace on the inside of it, but getting this off of here without wrecking it, because if I wreck it, I'm kind of screwed, because it's got the VIN number on here, and then it's a real hassle. You got to go get a VIN assigned and all that stuff, right? So it'd be a lot easier if I can just save this. I'll probably just practice on that one and try to get it off. I think you can heat this glue up a little bit very carefully, and then maybe it'll pop apart. I'm not really sure. Or just cut it, you know, very carefully with the oscillating tool, if I can get in there. But yeah, everything else looks pretty good on it, besides obviously where it's all cut apart there. So, and then this floor pan that I cut out, you see me cut out in the video there, I just ordered a new one. It's actually just a fiberglass panel. This back part just has some metal on it where your seat sits. But yeah, it just glues in with epoxy. Once this is all back together, you just glue her back in there and away you go. So yeah, it'll just be a matter of getting this top VIN plate or dash panel off here, and then just getting it all prepped and ready to bring it over to the frame shop, and they can get it all lined up and ready to go. So I'm actually not gonna have to probably use, hopefully not gonna have to use any of these parts except for this new rail. And then this is the old window, or I don't know what that is. I think that's a fender support there. And then, so just, but anyways, I got all these parts just in case. And then, yeah, if I can just use this whole entire assembly as one, that would be awesome. And then we can get our glue back in there. And I mean, it pretty much will line up, because when you pull this out of here, it's gonna line back up again with these holes and these factory holes. So it can really only go in one spot. And there's actually some screws underneath this epoxy coating here too. So it can really only go in one spot. So just got a matter of getting it all prepped and getting it, you know, to be in the right place. So, but yeah, so anyways, that's gonna be pretty much a wrap for this video. In the next video, I'm gonna try to get it all cleaned up and get it over to the frame shop there. So thanks for watching, and tune in for the next one, and hopefully we can get this car fixed up. Peace.